So first of all, I am giving you the course outline. Okay, course outline of Power BI. So we'll start with introduction of Power BI. Okay, what is Power BI? Why we are using Power BI? How Power BI can can be helpful to analyze your data. Okay, then we'll talk about Power BI desktop. How does Power BI desktop look like? How you can install Power BI into your system? Okay, what are the what on what all windows do we work on Power BI desktop? Okay, then we'll see how you can connect and shape your data. Okay, when I'm saying connecting and shaping your data, it talks about ETL. ETL means extraction, transformation, and loading. So we'll talk about the concept of ETL as well. Okay, after that, after ETL, we are going to talk about data modeling in Power BI. Data modeling is more into creating a relationship between multiple tables. Okay, so that is a data modeling in Power BI. After that, we'll talk about data analysis expressions. Data analysis expressions are just like the formulas which you use in Power BI, right? In Excel, you use some formulas, right? In Power BI, we use DEX expressions. DEX expressions are the functions and formulas that we use in Excel only. Okay. After that, we'll talk about Power BI report view. Under Power BI report view, you can create some visual to present your data, right? If you want to present your data, you can use a few visuals, right? And how to present those visuals into report view, that we'll talk about. After that, we'll go on exploring data. Exploring data means how you can explore data by the features we have in Power BI. Okay, so there are by default features you can use in Power BI to explore your data. Okay, then after we'll talk about publishing and sharing. Publishing and sharing is how you can publish your Power BI dashboard or report which you have created, how you can publish your Power BI report, and how you can share those report with the larger audience. Okay, with the extended audience, how you can share your report. And and the last topic will be Power BI workspace. So we'll talk about the Power BI workspace, where when you will publish those reports, it will be stored in some workspace, right? So we'll talk about type of workspaces over there. So what is personal workspace, or what is the work app workspace? So we'll talk about the difference between all this. Okay, so as you know, or maybe you're not aware about what all BI tools are being used in the market. So we have multiple tools. There are three tools which are leading the market. Okay, one is Microsoft Power BI, second is Tableau, and third is Click. Okay, well, first is Microsoft Power BI, second is Tableau, and third is Click. And Microsoft Power BI is leading a market. Okay, when I am saying leading a market, means the adoption of Power BI tool is more in the market, right, in comparison to last year. So if I talk about 2018, Tableau and Microsoft were equivalent. Equivalent means Microsoft was here. Okay, if I talk about Tableau was equivalent to Microsoft, but 19, 20, and 21 ranking also published by Gartner. So Microsoft Power BI is still on the top. Okay, means adoption of Power BI tool in the market is more in comparison to Tableau and Click. And Click is now, you can see it is touching the line, and maybe it will move into visionaries and all. Okay, so Microsoft Power BI is the leader in the market. Okay. So if someone asks you which BI tool is the leader in the market, your answer will be Microsoft Power BI. After that, Tableau, and then Click. Okay. So what is Power BI? Okay, maybe in an interview question, anybody can ask you what is Power BI. So your answer will be a Power BI is a business analytic or maybe a data visualization tool by Microsoft. Okay. So there are three data visualization tool used in the market nowadays. First is Click, second is Tableau, and third is Power BI. And Power BI is leading the market. It aims BI tool aims to provide interactive visualization. Okay, so as I talked about that, Power BI is a data visualization tool. Okay, it aims to provide interactive visualization. And what is the meaning of interactive? I will give you that brief in the Power BI desktop, that what do you mean by interactive visualizations. Okay, and BI capabilities with an interface simple enough for end user to create their own reports and dashboard. So Power BI has been designed by Microsoft in such a way that an end user, as an analyst, you can work on that. just like you work on Excel, right? You don't require any development knowledge or maybe any programming knowledge. Okay, so Power BI has been designed by Microsoft in such a way that an end user can use it. Okay, so without having to dependency on IT staff or database administrator. So Power BI had designed in such a way that you don't have to depend on upon IT staff. When I'm saying IT staff, it is that IT people has a good knowledge of development, right? And if you and even you don't need to depend upon data administrator, because you can connect Power BI to multiple data sources. Okay, so for example, if I'm creating a report on Excel, what you need to do, you need to ask a data from maybe IT team or maybe a database administrator that, sir, can you share this data with me, right? They will say that I will share this data by maybe 7th of every month or maybe by 15th of every month. So you need to wait for them, and you need to when they will share that data, you will then analyze that data within maybe a day or maybe a week, and then you will publish that report by maybe 20th or maybe 10th of every month, right? But in Power BI, what you can do, you can connect Power BI to multiple data sources, okay, without dependency on database administrator and IT staff. You can connect Power BI to multiple data sources, and through the when the Power BI is connected to data sources, and if the data is refreshed in backend, automatically you can refresh that data into Power BI desktop. Okay, so this is the flow. So first step will be uh, get the data from variety of sources. So variety of sources can be, it can be data, can you can extract from data from Excel, you can extract data from SQL, or maybe data on cloud access. Okay, you can extract data from multiple systems you want, or maybe multiple data warehouses you want. Okay, create relationship after once you are done with the extraction part. Once you are done with the extraction, then the second part will be transformation, and then you will load that data. Once you have loaded that data into the data model, you will create a relationship between multiple tables. Once you are done with once you are done with creating a relationship with multiple tables, you will then analyze your data, then you will visualize your data. After that, you will create and save your report, you will then publish your report. Okay, so this is the flow, you have to follow. So first part is ETL. ETL means data extraction, transformation, loading. Second part is data modeling. Third part is data visualization, and then you will publish your report. So this is the flow, and every BI tool has the same flow. First you will do the ETL, second you will create a data model, third you will visualize your data, and then you will publish your report. So this is the flow of Power BI in uh, Power BI, or you can see this is the flow of BI tools. Okay, so Power BI Desktop is a free application. When I'm saying free application, you can go to Microsoft Store and you can download Power BI Desktop. Okay, you can go to Microsoft Store and you can download Power BI Desktop free of cost. Okay, that works in a conjunction with Power BI service. When I talk about Power BI service, under Power BI service, you can view your report. Power BI Desktop is used to create or develop your report, but Power BI service is used to view your report. Okay, and Power BI Desktop allow you to do the following that I have already talked about. Okay, so to publish your report or to view your report, you required a pro license. You required a pro license, and the cost of that pro license is $10 per month. Okay, the cost of that Power BI service pro license is $10 per month only, but Power BI Desktop version is free of cost, guys. Okay, Power BI Desktop version is free of cost. Any question on this slide? Do you have any question on this slide? Paul, Manoj, Vinappan, Bala, do you have any question? All clear, Paul, Bala, Manoj? Okay, guys. Fine, fine. Thank you, Kanappan. Okay, so now let's move to the third slide we have. So I have given you the course outline. We have talked about what is Power BI, what is the flow, right? And if someone asks you can you just define Power BI? So your answer will be Power BI is a business analytics service by Microsoft, and it has data visualization tool which has the BI capabilities into it, right? So why Power BI? So why Power BI? First, you can connect, transform, and analyze millions of rows of data. Okay, so I talked about ETL process. So you can do ETL into Power BI. Okay, you can do ETL. After that, you can build a relationship between multiple data sources or multiple tables you have. So these are the capabilities we have in Power BI. Okay, you can do complex calculation using DEX expressions. Okay, you can visualize your data with interactive reports and dashboards. So we have some interactive visualization. Through those interactive visualization, you can visualize your data, you can present your data. Okay, and Power BI is the industry leader among BI platform. Okay, so if someone asks that why you are using Power BI, your answer can be the Power BI is the industry leader among BI platform. You can connect, transform, and analyze millions of rows of data. You can create a data model into Power BI. You can do some complex calculation using DEX expression. We have some interactive visualization through which you can present your data. That is why we are using Power BI. Okay, so if someone asks you, this will be your answer, guys. Okay, so now let's compare what is the difference between Excel reports and Power BI reports. Your question can be, sir, why we are moving from Excel to Power BI, or why companies are now moving from Excel to Power BI, right? So Excel reports cannot be tracked that who all are using it, but Power BI report can be tracked that who all are using it. What does it mean? Let me give you an example, guys. So for example, if you have created a report in Excel, okay, if you have created a report in Excel, and you have to publish that report to your manager, or maybe to your extended team. Okay, and extended team has around 10 employees or maybe 10 people, so you have published that report to 10 people, and you publish that report every week. Okay, but on Monday you publish that report, okay, every week. So if your manager asks that, Rohit, you are publishing that report every week, is that report is being used by those people or not, those employees or not? Will you able to answer that question? Okay, your answer can be, sir, no, I cannot track that, just because I just attached that file into my mail and I just share that file. Okay, so then means you will not able to track that. But Power BI report is available online, and when people will view that report online, you can track that report that who all are using it. When you can track that report that who all are using it, or who all are not using it, when people are not using it, you can ask a question that why you are not using this report. I am sending this report every week to you, and you are not using that report. Should I eliminate this report, or do you require any modification? Okay, so companies now creating report on Power BI, and what they have seen that Excel reports are not being used by the teams, right? And they have now eliminated the extra report we were creating on Excel, right? So through Power BI, they can track that report, that whether they are using it or whether they are not using it. If they are not using it, we have just stopped those reports. And when we are stopping those reports, we can save the time of those data analyst, reporting analyst sitting and creating those reports. We can give some other project. We are saving the cost as well. Okay, so this is the difference. In Excel, you cannot track. In Power BI, you can track. Okay, Excel reports are not interactive, and Power BI reports are very interactive. I will give you the example in one Power BI desktop. What is the difference between interactive and not interactive? Okay, Excel report don't have a feature to refresh report by its own. So Excel reports you cannot refresh. Okay, by its own, you have to manually refresh your data. But Power BI reports can be refreshed because it is connected to the data source. Once the data source is refreshed, your Power BI can be refreshed, and you have the feature in Power BI wherein you can set a time on a particular date when you want to refresh that report. So for example, every week my data source backend data changes. Okay, and you want on Monday 8 a.m. in the morning, you want to refresh your report. So you can refresh your report by setting up a time on a Power BI that on Monday, every Monday, you want to refresh that report at 8 a.m. Okay, and also you can send a notification to the people who all are using it. you can send a notification to the people who all are using it, that on a mail they will get a message that this report has been refreshed. Okay, so you don't have to send a mail as well. Once the report is refreshed, an automatic notification will go to all the users as well. Okay, Excel reports cannot be used through mobile or iPad, so you cannot use Excel reports on mobile and iPad, but on Power BI you can use you can view that report. Power BI reports can be viewed on app and mobile as well. Okay, so this is the difference between Excel and Power BI. So Power BI consists of, so if someone asks you, can you just tell me the parts of Power BI? Okay, if someone asks you what is the parts of Power BI, your answer and these are the interview question, guys. Okay, these are the interview question. If someone asks you what are the parts of Power BI, your answer will be, sir, there are 3 parts of Power BI. One is Power BI desktop. Under Power BI desktop, you will create your report. Under Power BI service, you will view your report. Under Power BI mobile, you will view your report. Okay, so Power BI desktop to develop your report, Power BI service and Power BI mobile to view your report. Okay. Next question is components of Power BI. What are the components? And this is also the interview question, guys. Okay. If someone asks you, can you just name any 5 components of Power BI? So we have talked about few components already. One is Power BI desktop. You will develop your report. Power BI service, you will view your report. Power BI query. Power BI query, you can do ETL under Power BI query. Okay, we'll talk about this. Power BI query, you can do ETL. Power BI pivot, you can visualize your report. Power view is you can view your report. Okay, and Power BI Q&A, wherein you can ask a question from a Power BI that what is the total sales, what is the category wise sales. It will give you the answer. We have Power Map wherein you can visualize your data at regional level, that which region is performing good, which country is performing good. So you have Power Map wherein it will plot your region, it will plot your country, it will plot your area, and you can see that for that particular country what is the total sales, what is the total profit, growth, and everything. So okay, so these are the components of Power BI. Next interview question. So this is also the interview questions. If someone asks you what are the building blocks of Power BI, why building blocks? So for example, if you want to manufacture any building, okay, you require cement, you require steel, you require wood, okay, you require maybe wood. Okay, to build a Power BI report, what all you require? Okay, so what are the building blocks of Power BI? So you can relate just to building. Okay, to build a building, you require cement, you require wood, you required steel, right? And to build a Power BI report, you require visualizations. Visualizations are your charts, graph, tables. These are the visualizations. So you don't need to go through all those theories. Visualization are charts, graph, cards, tables. Those are visualization. Data sets are your tables are your data sets. Okay, reports, collection of multiple visualization is called reports. So collection of multiple visualization is called reports. So when you will place multiple visualization in a page, then it is called a report. Dashboard, collection of multiple report is called dashboard. Collection of multiple report is called dashboard. And what is tile? So for example, if you place multiple visualizations, a single visualization is called tile. Tile is just like in a kitchen, you place some tiles to decorate your kitchen, right? And just like if you want to create or present your data, you will place some visuals, and every visual is called tile. A single visualization found in a report or a dashboard is called tile. Okay, a single visualization found in a report or a dashboard called tile. Okay guys, hope you get the answer. Now let's ask a question from you guys. Do you have any question now? Okay, any question till now, guys? ETL means, Paul, I will talk about this concept. ETL means data extraction, transformation, and loading. So I will give you a practical example on ETL as well. Okay, I will give you the full concept. What is ETL is all about. Okay. Praveen, Power Pivot is wherein you can visualize your report. So I will show you Power Pivot as well, Power View as well. Okay. I will give you a practical example. Okay. No need to worry on these topics at least. If you don't have any question, I am just moving forward now. Okay. So we have done with the why Power BI, difference between Power BI versus Excel, parts of Power BI, components and building blocks. Now let's come to Power BI installation steps. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to install Power BI desktop into your desktop. Okay, you have to install Power BI desktop into your desktop. Okay, how you will install? So these are the steps you have to follow. Okay, so I'm sharing this link with you guys. Okay, let me share this link with you guys. You just click on this link. I just share this link on a chat box with you guys. Location it's same. So Power BI, Microsoft had designed it is these products are of Microsoft only. So we have Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power Map already have that feature in Excel, but they have created a different tool altogether with the same feature only, Lokesh. Okay, so those are same feature only. So they have created a different tool altogether. Paul, I abhi this class will be till 9:30 or maybe 9:45. Okay, so wait for I will confirm you next class time and date. Okay, no problem. So let me share that link guys with you. And what you can do, you can install Power BI desktop. Okay, don't install now, but what you can do, don't install it now. I will share this PPT. Under PPT, what you have to do, let me guide you. Paul already installed. That's very good. Okay. Okay. You have to just click on this link. Click on download. Under download, you have to, for example, it is coming as launch. So for you, it will be coming as installed because I have already installed that product. Okay. So you have to just click on install. It will automatically install into your system. Okay, and this is how Power BI desktop look like. So now I am jumping to Power BI desktop and we'll complete with this project today. Okay, so we'll talk about ETL, we'll talk about Power Pivot, Power View, and we'll talk about Power Query. Okay, let me show you this now. So let's start with the Power BI desktop first. How does Power BI desktop look like? So this is the Power BI desktops. You can see three bars. So this is the logo of Power BI. So they have changed the logo of Power BI. Earlier it was something different. I will share the link, Lokesh. No need to worry. I will share the link on mobile or on mail as well. I will share this PPT and you can go through that PPT and see that link. Okay. So I'm now I will talk about Power BI desktop, guys. Okay. So this is the Power BI desktop. It's opening. So this is how Power BI desktop look like. So, okay guys, so first step will be ETL. Okay, I already told you what is the flow of Power BI. Okay, first part will be ETL. So to do ETL means data extraction. So you will extract your data, then you will transform your data, and then you will load your data. Okay, so what is ETL? Okay, let's talk about this. So you have to click on get data. Okay, so you will, once you will click on get data, it will just route to you Power Query. Under Power Query will do ETL. So for example, uh, if by mistake this window is closed, okay, if by mistake this window is closed, you can get you can see the get data here as well. Okay, you can see get data here as well, you can see get data here as well. So for example, if you want to import data from Excel, get data from another sources, so you have multiple example, get data from another sources. And once you will open Power BI desktop, you can see in the window as well there is a get data feature, right? I have told you three get data points. One is get data on the ribbon, get data coming here, and get data once you will open the desktop. Okay, so I am not using these three. I am clicking on transform data. Okay, once you will click on transform data, it will just move to the Power Query window. So there are two windows you will work on. One is Power report window. Okay, one is report window. So this is the report window. Power view. Someone was asking Power View. This is the report window. Okay, and second is Power Query. I talked about Power Query as well. Okay, components of Power BI. So you just click on transform data. So ETL, Power Query is used to do ETL. So you can see Power Query editor. Okay, so this is Power Query editor window, and the second window wherein you will create a report is Power Report View window. Okay, so herein you will do an ETL. So see, these are the two windows you will work on. First window is this, and second window is this. These are the two windows you will work on. So Power Query window, how to jump that on that window, you will just click on transform data. It will just take you to Power Query editor window. Okay, now let's start with the ETL first. ETL means data extraction. So to analyze your data, you required some data, right? So to import data from multiple sources, I will just click on new source, or you can click on get data. I have already talked about, you will click on Excel. So for example, if you require data from Excel, you will click Excel. Okay, and to click, after clicking on Excel, what you have to do, you have to just select the file you want to import. Okay, I just selected sales data, click on open. Once you will click on open, what you have to do, so it is connecting data, means it is extracting data from that particular data source. Okay. So it will show you the window that from which sheet you want to import the data. So you have to select that sheet 1, sheet 2, or sheet 3. Okay, so I want the data from sheet 1 only. So it will give you the preview of that particular data. Preview means only few rows and all the columns. It will give you the preview to see that yes, it has some data, right, and what data it has. Okay, you will just click on OK. Once you will click on OK, you will able to see all the data in the Power Query editor window. Extraction part, data extraction. So under ETL, first part is data extraction, and someone is asking me, sir, what is ETL? So ETL is first, E stands for extraction, data extraction from multiple sources. Second is data transformation. Under transformation, what all steps? So we'll talk about few steps today, just because it is a basic report I am going to teach you. So first step can be sheet 1. So you have to rename this sheet. So these are the part of transformation, data transformation. So it should not be sheet 1. Nomenclature should be correct, right? So I am just renaming this to sales data. Okay, sales data. So this is sales data, guys. Fine. And you have to check that whether these headers are correct or not, right? When you will import data from multiple sources, what you will see, sometime you will see column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and you will see under row first, you will see row ID, order ID. Okay, so if you see such scenarios, you have to use first row as headers. Use first row as headers means it will promote first row as headers. If it is coming as column 1, column 2, column 3, and your first row is coming as row ID, order ID. Okay, so column name should be correct, column data type should be correct. When I'm saying data type, so if it is coming as 1, 2, 3, it means it is a number. If it is coming as 1, 2, 3, it means it is a number, and we want this attribute or this column as a number only. If it is a date, it will show as a calendar. If it is coming as text, so for example, let me convert this to text. So what I have done, I have just converted this to text. It is coming as ABC. It should not be text, it should be calendar. So I will change this to calendar. And how you can change this? You just have to click here and just change this to date. So these are the part of transformation. So this is how you can transform your data. Then you have order priority, text, order quantity, number, sales, decimal values. This is how you will check all the columns. And this is the only one time job you have to do. You have to check all the columns, check the ship date is correct. Yes, it is coming as calendar, it is coming as decimal number. These all are text. So these are the part of transformation. So you're done with the extraction part, you are done with the transformation part. Now the third part is loading. You have to load your data, and where you have to load your data, you have to load your data in the report window. So you are done with the Power Query window, you are done with the extraction part, you are done with the transformation part. Now you will load your data, and to load your data, you have to click on close and apply. What does close and apply means? Close means closing this window and apply all the changes you have done. Okay, close means closing this window and apply all the changes you have done in the Power Query editor window. And Power Query is the editor window. Power Query is your component of Power BI. Okay, I am just clicking on close and apply. Once you will click on close and apply, you will able to see that it has been loaded into report window. Can you see that? Creating connection in model. So you are done with the ETL, data extraction, transformation, loading. Once the data is loaded, you will create a data model, and you will not you don't require any data model here, or just because you are working on only one table. Once you have, for data modeling, you require at least 2 tables, right? Data modeling means creating relationship between multiple tables. So you have only one table here, so you don't require any data modeling over here, right? So we will start with the data visualization. Okay, so your data is loaded. Once the data is loaded, you will able to see all your data here. Can you see? These are the fields. So this is the table. You can minimize this by clicking on this. This is the table, and these are the attributes, all the attributes you have. These are the visualizations. This is white window is wherein you will create your report, and this is the, I talked about building blocks. Okay, every visual, the visualization, these are the visualization. A single visual is called tile. Okay, so if I clicked on this, it will automatically create a visual over here, and this is called as tile. This is a tile, guys. Okay, I am deleting this for now. I don't require it, and I just want to show you. Okay, this is the data set. Okay, I clicked on table. So there, herein you can see 3 icon. One is report, wherein you will create a report. Second is table, you can see your data. Third is data model, wherein you will create a data model. So just because you have only one table, so you don't require any data modeling over here. Okay, just because it is one table only. Okay, so let me open the assignment as well, that what you need to do. Okay, so I am showing you what kind of assignment I will be sharing with you guys. Okay, So you have to read those steps and you have to complete this assignment. You have to just read these steps and you have to just complete these assignments. So let me start with first step. So we have already done with the first step, import sales data from Excel to Power BI, done. Check all the fields are correct or not, done. Validate all the column data type is correct, done. Now create two cards for total sales and total profit. Okay, so first of all, this data is more into, I believe you have already used that data in Excel. So this data is your sales data. Okay, when you purchase something online, so this is how the data is generated in the backend, wherein you have row ID, a unique ID, order ID, you have order date, order priority, order quantity, what is the total sales, discount, shipping mode, what is the total profit, unit price, shipping cost, customer name, product category, subcategory, and what is the shipping date. So if you want to see what is the total sales, okay, so you don't, so there are multiple ways to create your report. First way can be you just click here, total sales. Once you will click here on total sales, it will automatically create a visual over here and it will show a total sales to you. Okay, it will automatically, it has automatically created a visual showing total sales, but you want to convert this visual into card because you want a single number. For a single number we use card, so you can see multiple visuals here. You have to convert this into card. Just click on card, it will just convert this into card. Okay, so you can see fields will be sales and this is the visual as card. Okay, and how you have to create that report, how should it look like? So this should be the output. Okay, with a title, green title, you can see you have number. Below this you don't have anything, background should be gray and border should be dark gray. Now you have to format this card. How you can format this card? So this is, once you will click on this visual, you will able to see this brush means format. Okay, to format any visual you just have to click that visual, go on format. Under format, just like you get all the option in Excel, the same options are here as well. So for example, if you want to change the background color, to change the background color you just click here. I just converted, change this into gray. And if you want to just um, increase the transparency, you can do that as well. Okay, I just change the background color. If you want to change the border color, you just clicked on border. On this border I want dark gray, I just clicked on dark gray, maybe this, right? Below this you can see sales, I don't require this, so this is the category label, so you just click on off. But you require title, so you just click on title on. And what title you want? So I want title as sales. Okay, and you want this as center line, you can do the alignment. And background color you want maybe dark blue with white font. Okay, so you have to explore this. Okay, you do some R&D, explore this and see what all features we have here. So I just increase the text size of title and I'm just decreasing the size of that number. So under data label you can see that number size 45 pt is coming, so I am just decreasing this to 36 or maybe 40. Okay, so this is the total sales you have. Okay, you can just minimize this visual a bit so that it don't occupy much space. You require total profit, so to click on total profit, what you have done again, you have just clicked on total profit. Okay, you have to just convert this into card. Again you will do all the formatting, right? So this step you can follow this step as well, or what you can do, you can just delete this. You will just copy this visual, paste this visual. Okay, you can just copy and paste this visual, so you don't require formatting again and again, and you just need to change the field name only. So I just place this visual here. Using arrow you can just bring it just next to it. Okay, so you require profit, so you select this visual. You can see under fields it is coming as sales, so you required profit. What you will do, you will just drag, say instead of sales you can drag profit here. So you have 14.75 million sales and 1.66 million profit. So what you have to change here, you just have to change the title, and title is profit. Okay. The next card you required is for profit percentage. And what is profit percentage? Profit percentage means profit divided by sales. Okay, profit percentage means 1.66 million divided by sales. How you will calculate this? Okay, so you don't have any predefined calculation wherein you can drag this from this column here and can calculate this. So what you have to do, you have to calculate this by your own. And how you can calculate this, let me show you. So now let's come to DEX expression. So I'm giving each and every I'm going to talk about each and every feature today, but some basics only. Okay, so how you can do that? So you have to create a measure, you have to do some calculation. You have to write. So in Excel you write equal to, and then you write your formula. Herein you have to write profit percentage. You profit divided by sales. So you have used some formula in Excel. You can see some formula. Just press tab. You require profit, type profit, PRO. You can see text contain PRO. Yes. You want to select profit. You just selected profit by pressing tab. Don't type anything. Just use tab, bracket close, divide by what? Sum of sales. So you need to search a attribute which contains sales. So this is sales. Okay. Then bracket close. Okay. And then click on commit. Commit means if there is this expression is correct, it will not give an error. If there is an error, it will give you an error. Okay, so you will able to see profit percentage over here. Okay, select this visual. Instead of profit, what you want profit percentage, so you will drag profit percentage over here. You can see 0.11, but you require percentage format. So select this measure now, convert this into percentage, and how many decimal places you want, you can select that as well. I want only one decimal place. Okay, so you can see 11.2 percentage only here. Okay, and you want to change the title as well. Go on title. Instead of profit, it will be profit percentage. Okay, so you have created 3 cards. So let's go to Excel assignments. What we want sales, profit, profit percentage. Yes, create a measure. We have done with this. Now add a tree map showing sales by region. So we want region wise sales. Now let's go to Power BI desktop, select region. See how easy it is to create a dashboard or to create a report in Excel. I just drag sales over here. So it will show you region wise sales. Okay, and you want tree map. So tree map is this. Okay, tree map means bigger the box is, maximum the sales is. You can see tree map here. You just drag this tree map over here. Okay, okay, just align this to the box. And if you want to see the numbers as well, if you want to apply this format over here, you can use format printer. You can apply format over here as well. Okay, okay, and you want to see data labels and category labels both. So on this data labels is this on, category label is this on. Okay, data label size you want to decrease to 10. You can do that from here, or you can just type 10 over here. Okay, so this is sales by region you have. Okay, what you want next? Now let's see. Add one column create a pie chart showing sales by category with data label showing percentage contribution in category. So we have to create a pie chart by product category. So this is product category. Or what you can do, instead of using this format, you can just copy the existing format you have. You can just copy this and you can just paste this. You want product category wise sales, right? But you want pie chart over here, so you just drag this here over here, and by arrow key you can just move this to top. Instead of region you want category, so I will just drag category over here. You can remove region from here. Okay, you can see sales by product category, and you want pie chart. Okay, so you can see numbers and percentage. I want category as well in here only. I will remove this legend. So to remove this legend, what you will do, you will just click on off, but under this number I want category name. So you will go to detail label. Under detail label you can see category and percentage of total, category name and percentage of total. So this is technology is contributing to 40%, furniture to 34, and office supplies to 25%. Okay, so this is how you can create a pie chart. So these are the visuals. Every visual is called tile. Okay, now what you want, you want create a column chart showing top 10 product subcategory. We want only top 10 product subcategory. So let's select this, Control C, Control V. We want only top 10 product subcategory. Subcategory. Okay, so these are the subcategories, but I need only top 10. I don't need all the subcategories. I need only top 10. So to filter out top 10, now we were using fields, we were using visuals, we were using format. You have one feature as filter as well here. So filter, there are three types of filter here. Filter on this visual, filter on this page, filter on all pages. Filter on this visual means applying filter in this visual only. Filter on this page means applying filter on this page, and all pages means all the pages. So I will make you understand everything, but I will talk about filter on this visual only today. So under product subcategory, you have basic filtering, advanced filtering, and top 10. Under top 10 you required only top 10 subcategories. So I just type top 10 subcategories, and you want top 10 subcategories by what, sales or profit. So you will have to drag this formula here, drag this attribute here by value sales, and just click on apply filter. Once you will click on apply filter, it will give you only top 10 subcategories by sales. Okay, can you see top 10 subcategories by sales here, right? I'm just minimizing it now. Okay, you can just increase the width or height of this. Now let's come to what you want next. Okay, you want to create a pie chart. You have done with it. Create a bar chart showing sales by customer segment. So you want sales by customer segment. So you can just click on this, Control C, Control V. Okay, just increase the size of this. I want bar chart by customer segment. Okay, so sales by customer segment you have. Next is you want top 5 customer, but you want multi-row card. Multi-row card. What is multi-row card? Let me talk about this as well. But you want customer name, top 5 customer name. Okay. You know how to filter out top 5 at least. Okay. Let's drag customer no name over here. I'm removing this. So you have multiple customer, maybe in thousands as well, but you want only top 5 customer names. Okay. So to filter out top 5, what I will do, I will go to filters again. Customer name is top 5. Add filter by sales and apply filter. Okay. But you require multi-row card. Multi-row card, see where it is. This is multi-row card. So it will give you the values by customer. Okay. You want to add title, you can add title as well, stating top 5 customer. Okay guys, now now next is you want product order date wise sales profit and profit percentage. Sales you have profit, you have profit percentage. Okay, you have direct sales, you have direct profit, you have direct profit percentage. And you just need to create a line and clustered column chart here, just because you have two data formats, one is number, one is percentage. So wherein you have percentage, you will show that in lines, and wherein you have number, you will show that in bars. So I'm just converting this into line and clustered column chart. Okay. uh, it will automatically create a table once, and once you can see table. Under table you can see that it has break that date into quarter, year, month and day, right? Just because it is a calendar, that is why we have converted this into a calendar, just because it will create a automatic hierarchy. It will create a hierarchy for year, quarter, month, day, sales, profit, profit percentage. I just converted this into line and clustered column chart. Okay, you can see all the years 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm just dragging this profit percentage into line values. So what will be the column values, what will be the line values? So you have to drag those attributes here only. You want to see the data labels, you can click on data labels as well. If you want to see the numbers, you can see those numbers here, right? If you want to see under 2090s 9 quarter wise sales, 2010 quarter wise sales, so these are the icons, if you can see. Okay, so this means going to next level in the hierarchy. These icon means going to next level in the hierarchy. So for example, if I want to see quarter wise sales, so for quarter one, this means quarter one with sales 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13. Quarter two 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, month Jan for 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? But this is not a right thing, right? You want to see on, you want to see only 2009 quarter wise sales or 2010 quarter wise sales. So first of all, to see those numbers, what you will do, you will just click on this. Okay, turn on this. Okay, this is now enabled. Once you will click on 2009, it will show you only 2009 quarters now. Okay, this is now 2009 quarters. If you want to go back, you can go back. Okay, if you want to disable this, you can click on this again. Okay, if you want to see under 2009 how many quarters are there, so you can go to next level in the hierarchy. So you can play around these icons and explore it, and if you have any question, you can ask the questions in the next class. You can see 2009 quarter 1, 2009 quarter 2, and you can this is x-axis. So if you want to edit the x-axis, uh, for example, I don't want concatenate labels. So for example, these are concatenate labels, means it has concatenate 2009 with quarter 1. So I don't want to concatenate this. You can just off this. Okay, so now this is not concatenate, but it is showing 2009 quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. If you want to see 2009 Jan, Feb, March, you can see this as well. You can see very small numbers here. You can maximize this from here. Focus mode. Okay. You want to go back, you can go back to report. Okay. So I'm just going back. So you play around all this icon. Okay. If you have any question, do let me know. Now what we are going to create a filter of year only, wherein you can select an year and see the performance of that particular year only. So I'm going to create that filter here. So you have year over here under order date. You just drag under data hierarchy. You go to year, order year, drag the year over here. You will able to see 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have those years, right? So I'm just converting this into a slicer. So you have a slicer option over here. Under slicer you will be able to see and select 2009. So this is the range, but I don't want range. I want, let's first maximize it. Okay, this is coming as a range. I don't want range, I want only drop downs. Okay, so this is the drop down. Minimize it. Okay, for example, if I selected 2009 over here, now once I will select 2009, the whole dashboard will be refreshed for 2009. In Excel, you don't have such features. I talked about interactive, so this is interactive. I clicked on 2009, you will able to see only 2009 number. I clicked on 2010, you will able to see only 2010 numbers. Now you can see, you can click and go to next level hierarchy. You will able to see only 2010 numbers, quarter wise, month wise, day wise. If you don't want day, I don't want daily numbers, so you can remove day from here. You can just click. I just remove days now. It will automatically remove from here. Okay, see, it is coming quarter in Jan, Feb, March. Okay, if you want to see all the numbers, you can see all the numbers. Okay, so this is how you can create a report in Power BI, guys. Okay, so I talked about visual, I talked about DAX expression, I talked about ETL as well. Okay, I have given an introduction of everything today. Let's talk about one more feature. Please check your raw data. If something is coming as blank, remove those rows at least. Okay. Selection control, single select, multi select, show select all options. So I want an option wherein I can select all. Okay. So we have all the features here. You have to explore it what you want, right? And I want to create a text box showing my first PPI report. So you can create a text box as well. So how to create a text box? You will go to insert. You will click on text box. Drag this text box over here. Under this text box, write my first PPI report. Okay, drag this over here. Minimize this. Bit of okay, right, my first PPI report. My first PPI report. Okay. If you want to make this bold, you can make this bold. If you want to center align this, if you want to increase the font of this, you can do this. Okay. If you want to change the background color, you can change the background color as well. Okay, so I am done with this dashboard, guys. Okay, so I talked about interactive features. So for example, Bala is a regional manager. Okay, Bala is a regional manager. We have regions. Yeah, we have regions here. Okay, and Bala want to see the performance of only West region. So what he will do? He will just click on West. Once he will click on West, he will able to see the numbers only for West. So I haven't done anything, right? I haven't connected any formulas and all, but it is a predefined features we have over here, wherein you will click that particular visual and it will show you the sales of that particular visual. So I clicked on West, it will give you these numbers only for West region. 3.54 million, it is refreshing. 3.54 million. You can see the trend of customer segment. You can see top 5 customer of West region. You can see subcategories breakup. You can see year wise breakup. Okay. To go back, you just click again on this. I am a category manager. So for example, I am a category manager. I want to see the numbers only for technology. What is the technology is contributing to 40%, but what is the profit percentage? So I just clicked here on technology. It is 16.2 percentage. Okay, so this is the interactive feature I talked about, guys. Okay, so I will just save this file for you guys. Okay, so for example, once you will save this file, your extension is for Excel it is a .xlsx. For Power BI it is .pbix. Okay, pbix. Okay, it's pbix. Okay, guys.